Good evening and welcome to Heritage High School. Do apologize for getting us started a little bit late, but we've only missed the kickoff as the Heritage High Panthers and the Martin County Tigers do battle tonight for the district championship, and who will automatically punch their ticket to the playoffs, and they don't have to worry about rankings or any of that sort in terms of keeping their playoff hopes alive, as the Heritage Panthers did get the opening kickoff and returned it. There was a holding penalty, so they did get it to about the 38, but they are backed up now to the 29-yard line, and that is where Jordan Padala and this Heritage offense will get started. Drayvon Lee is the back in the backfield with Padala, and he'll get the first down carry as Drayvon Lee will pick up a good hard 6 yards as he gets to about the 33-yard line. And joining me tonight on the broadcast is Chase Alexander. Chase, welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Thank you, Anthony, and such excited for such a great game we got here tonight, district championship. You've spit out all the stats, and more stats are going to come from you. You're so prepared with these notes and everything. And if Heritage can control this ball and if they can keep it on the ground and keep Martin County off the field, they can come out of here and win this district championship and clinch a playoff berth.
We saw Malik Clark there with the couple of yards lost as he's backed up to about the 31. So Martin County bringing all guys up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 5. This is a situation that the Heritage Panthers did not want to find themselves in. Granted, it's 3rd and medium here, but again, the Heritage Panthers want to be ahead of the sticks as we've got 10:56 to go on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. Big first 3rd down of the evening. 8 guys on the line. Padala throws quickly out to Malik Clark. Clark gets across the 35, and he'll be down at the 38, 39-yard line, and enough for a Heritage Panther first down.
Yeah, and that's where Heritage is really going to make their money tonight. If those quick reads from Padala are there on that RPO, this offense that Coach Hughes runs. And, when I was a senior, junior playing at Mel High, we ran the offense under Coach Hughes, running that center position. And it's really a complicated offense when it comes to playing the position at quarterback.
A lot to take in there, but obviously Padala with some familiarity with Coach Stephen Hughes, obviously last year at Rockledge, as well as we do see a penalty. And that penalty is going to be on Martin County, so they're going to walk that up 5 yards. And that'll walk it up to the 44. So first down and 5 for the Heritage Panthers. Here is the near midfield. A couple of the guys to keep an eye on, Caden Glover for Martin County and Kyle Obsenix, as a first down carry now to Lee. Lee goes right up the gut, and he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, bring up 2nd down and 5. But, yeah, no, Kyle Obsenix, 39 tackles on the season, 33 solo, 11 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. Caden Glover that has the team lead with 8 sacks. That's number 11. He's got 43 tackles on the season. So 3rd down and about 6 here for the Panthers. Drayvon Lee with the handoff once again. Check that was actually 2nd down. And he'll get to the 46-yard line, a gain of 2.
And that's just a bad sign when you can't control the line of scrimmage to start this game. You want guys firing off the ball, punching the guys in front of you in the mouth, and getting this run game going for Heritage.
As Heritage runs the hurry up and keeps the up-tempo going. Again, 9:26 to go here on the Cruise Coach scoreboard. 3rd down and about 4 here. Maybe a long 4.5, if you will, as the ball needs to get to the 49-yard line of the Heritage Panthers for a first down. Padala moves Lee to his left. Padala play action. Steps up. He's going to run with it. He does have enough room to run. And depending on the spot, and it looks like he's going to be a yard short. Again, Padala's done some nice things on the ground this year. He is a mobile quarterback and pick up first downs, but there he's going to be a full yard short as he gets to the 48. Brings up 4th down and decision time for Coach Michael Benson.
See, but that's a kind of a veteran decision there by Padala to tuck it and know that if you're in 4-down territory, you just want to get a little bit closer to those sticks and not throw the ball away.
Right now, the Martin County defense, about 2 or 3 yards of cushion on the outside, man-to-man defense, and a bunch of guys up front. 5, blitz showing, handoff to Lee, and Lee's going to be close. Depends on the spot.
Bad spot, wow.
I don't think he's going to have enough to get the first down. He does not, and that is a great stop by the Martin County defense. And Heritage's defense, who's got a great defense as well, will have to get themselves on the field, and they're going to have a short field to defend.
Yeah, just a great stand by that front, about 5 or 6 guys on that defensive line for Martin County, just coming out there, stopping the run. And Heritage obviously wants to stick to that game plan of trying to establish the run, but last couple run plays we've seen hasn't gone very far, not more than 2 yards. So we'll see if they try to switch it up or if they stick to what they want to do when they came onto this ball game.
Ball on the Heritage Panthers 48-yard line. And we will see Manny Louise, the quarterback, the junior. He's had a pretty impressive season, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's going to keep it himself this time, and he'll gain a couple of yards as he's brought down there by Anthony Hicks, linebacker for the Heritage Panthers. Brings up second down about 4 as the ball gets to the 44.
Yeah, and Martin County just coming off their second loss of the season last week against Jupiter, and it was kind of a defeating loss, 27-7, with an offense that puts up about 24 points per game and a defense that only allows 10 points per game. Kind of totally not what they expected going into that undefeated Jupiter, trying to flip things here and secure a spot in the playoffs.
Second down and 6, quick throw to Louise to the outside. That catch is made, and that was caught there by Anthony Flores, and that will be close depending on the spot. I think he's
maybe an inch short.
I was about to say a half yard. I think they're going to call for the – yep, they're going to go ahead and say it's a first down. So first down for Martin County as the ball gets to the 38.
Martin County with that LSU look. I like it. The
Yellow
Tigers.
Pants. Yeah. Love the yellow. I love color contrast in uniforms. First down and 10. Louise will hand off this time, and that's going to be right to Hendricks. Paul Hendricks with a great season so far as he's going to gain about 8 yards on that carry, 7.5 as he gets it to the 31.
Yeah, just a great power run right up the gut. And that's a big running back there is Hendricks.
Yeah, he is. 7.6 yards per carry is his average on the season. And you look at Paul Hendricks, senior, 6'1", 220 pounds. Second down and about 3 now for the Tigers. Approaching about the halfway mark here in the first quarter as Louise will keep it himself. Goes right up the gut, got guys in front to block for him, and he'll be stood up there, and it looks like it's going to be, see here, Landon Clements leading the way on the stop.
Yeah, that's back-to-back plays where the Martin County rusher has not gone down. It's where the whistle's blown, so just showing more toughness right now against Heritage.
Right now they got some beef on that front. 6'1", 265, 6'4", 290, 270, 250, 245, and a false start. And that is going to be on Escamilla, the receiver. He was in the slot, and he just jumped a little early, so that'll back him up 5. And a little break there for the Heritage defense, which will force a first down and 15.
See if, I mean, they're getting, 5-6 yards a pop. Wouldn't imagine they go away from the run here.
You wouldn't think so.
And Heritage in that 3-3 stack, definitely easier for the offensive line to block that.
Right now, 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Louise is going to keep on the quarterback draw. And he's still on his feet, and he'll get back to the original first down line to gain. And he'll gain 6 yards, so get most of that penalty yardage back. Brings up second down and 9. So second down and about 10 at the second about 9 as the ball sits on the 23-yard line.
Martin County, they're a team that kind of, based on the stats, that switches out quarterbacks. So I don't know if one's more proficient with his legs, and when they need a thrower, they're going to sub in the other quarterback to come in and throw that ball.
Well, as I say, Manny Louise will keep it himself this time on the quarterback designed run, and Heritage will sniff this one out. Leading the way was Taz Brown, along with Jael Cruz, as well as Landon Clements, middle linebacker. So good stop there. Gain of a couple. Bring up third and long. Be third down and about 9 to go.
That was a huge play for that Heritage defense to keep this at a third and long. Let's see what Martin County has through the air here on third and long.
Manny Louise this year, 37 carries, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground this season coming into tonight's ball game. The leading receiver for Martin County is Marion Queen. He's got 18 catches, 459 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's going to be the guy to keep an eye on, and that's the receiver, that far sideline at the top of your screen of that trips formation. It's 3rd down and 9. Ball needs to get to about the 14 for a first down. Ball's a little to the left. Luis, quick throw and catch made. And I believe that was Escamilla, and it is, who makes the catch and gets the first down for the Martin County Tigers at the 13-yard line.
And what a job there by Lewis. I mean, bad snap a little bit to the left and just a quick turnaround and hit the slant right in his belly and let him run forward for a couple extra yards.
I don't know if we have a timeout or if we just got a water break.
I think it is water break because it's 4:17.
Yeah. So as the Martin County Tigers enter the Dean Stewart Photography red zone, so far a nice drive, but again, only a short field. Drive started on the Heritage 48-yard line, and right now the Martin County Tigers sitting on the 13, trying to score first here in this district title bout. This district title will be assigned between the Panthers and the Martin County Tigers for 5A District 13. The Heritage Panthers coming in after a tough loss last week at Mainland. They lost 33-6. They got MCC next week to wrap up the season. Martin County, they'll have Jensen Beach next week. And as Chase alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Martin County coming in after their first loss. They went on a tear for 6 straight. They had 6 wins after their opening season loss to Sebring, 13-10. They went on a roll, 6-1 before their loss last week. We returned to action, first down and 10. Empty backfield, and design run. And Manny Louise, we brought down quickly. Great job there, and that was Anthony Hicks. Once again, a couple of tackles already for the young man.
Yeah, and Hicks almost, that could have been close to a touchdown if he was able to break through that hole. He had blockers in front of him. With Luis's speed, definitely could have got to the end zone. Good job by Hicks to bring him down from behind.
So far tonight, we've seen the fact that Martin County wants to use that quarterback design run. We've seen him throw the football. I'm curious to see what they do here, 2nd down and 10. Paul Hendricks so far tonight, I believe only 1 carry, maybe 2 on this drive so far. Be curious to see as he is now sidecar right to Luis as we've got 2nd down and 9. He's going to roll to his right, trying to throw the football. He's going to be looking for Escamilla, and there's going to be nothing but penalty flags, as that was going to be on Marcus Hancock, the safety, as he wrapped up Escamilla a little bit before the ball got there. I'm sure he said he was sorry.
Yeah, and usually you see guys throw their hands up, but he knew what he did there. That's honestly probably a smart play because he was burnt in the end zone and saving a touchdown and just taking the penalty instead of 6.
So pass interference on the Heritage defense.
And I apologize if you're getting some wind in here. Pretty windy night here in South Palm Bay coming through the booth here. So if you're getting some wind in my microphone, I apologize for that.
So Martin County now will be they'll be moved up to about the 6-yard line, so half the distance. Be 2nd down and 4, and Manny Louise again on that quarterback run, and he'll be dropped at the line of scrimmage. They were able to get that earlier in this drive, but they haven't been able to the last couple of plays here.
Yeah, Heritage made a great adjustment to that quarterback run, and that time on the tackle it was Clements, and Clements has been in multiple of those battles inside already with those quarterback runs. It looks like Martin County's had some substitution issues, and they're going to have to burn a timeout.
So Coach Ron Harris will burn a timeout as we see the scoreboard right now as the Martin County Tigers are inside the Dean Stewart Photography red zone. 2:46 to go here in the first quarter on the Brevard Sports Network. No score between the Heritage Panthers and the Martin County Tigers. We'll see if the Panthers can hold out the Martin County Tigers before scoring here. See if they can hold them to a field goal. Max Kennedy, their kicker for Martin County, pretty good. 3 of 6. Haven't had a call on him much in terms of field goals, but 23 of 25 from point after touchdowns this season. So right now, I think it'd be pretty much a chip shot for Max Kennedy.
Yeah, and I did
Heritage can hold
hear
him out.
hit a 47-yarder earlier this season. So that was his long field goal of the season, 47 yards. I mean, for a high school kicker, that's pretty elite level kicking.
Very much so. Again, Max Kennedy is senior this year. Their punter as well. So right now, 3rd down and about 3 to go. Ball needs to get to about the 2-yard line for a first down. So Martin County can still, they don't have to get in the end zone. They just need to get beyond the 2 to get a whole new set of downs. We'll see if Heritage can hold here. Manny Louis, shotgun snap, rolls to his right, looks to throw, and that one's batted down. Great coverage there, and that coverage was made there by Steve Estime.
Yeah, just a great play out there, not interfering with the receiver before the ball gets there, absolutely just playing the ball, swatting it away, not trying to get cute and try to catch the ball and let it slip through your hands. Just swat it down, make them come out for a field goal.
Yeah, I was going to say, just great coverage there by Steve Estime. The corner on that play makes a great play and allows this Heritage defense to only give up a field goal here at this point as Max Kennedy gets ready to attempt the field goal. This one is up, and it is good as Martin County is up 3-0 over the Heritage Panthers right now with 2:32 to go here in the first quarter.
And great job by that Heritage defense to come up there with a stop and force 3. That could be huge coming down to this ballgame, the way that Martin County moved down the field to start the ball.
So a 23-yard field goal attempt made by Kennedy gives the Tigers a 3-0 lead.
Battle of the big cats here tonight. Panther and Tiger for the district title. And I will say, usually you see Heritage, I mean, these are big stands, I know that, but usually you see a little more crowd action here at Heritage. Not tonight. I mean, I know that band's always going to be lively down there, but stands are looking a little empty. Maybe they'll fill in a little bit later in the ball game.
Well, a lot of people over at the concession stand at the moment. But right now, Max Kennedy will get ready to swing the leg here as the Heritage Panthers offense will get ready to try and answer that field goal. Kennedy, a little squib kick there, going to be returnable for Birch. Birch with a one-hand grab. Goes across the 20, comes to the near sideline, and he's down at 40, trying to stay in bounds. He's knocked out of bounds at about the 48. And we'll see what happens here as we do have a down Heritage Panther at the moment.
That was great blocking on that return, staying out in front of Birch and just letting him run. Use that speed that Birch has. Such an athlete.
And they're going to give Birch the 49-yard line of Martin County, so that's going to be a great field position here as we look at 2:21 to go on the Dean Stewart Photography scoreboard. Or sorry, the Cruise Coach scoreboard.
We're going through all of them. You can call them. Say whatever you need. We're getting through all these great sponsors we got here tonight.
I was about to say, speaking of, you can see the banner on the bottom of your screen. Check out the Cruise Coach. He's got great quotes. Get your trip planned with the Cruise Coach.
Might need to go on a cruise here soon.
I was thinking about it after the football season. You know, we work pretty hard
yeah,
up there.
I think Allen, I mean, he might as well just pay it off for us, right?
All right, so Jordan Padala and the Heritage Panthers offense will get on the field. Draymond Lee, the running back, goes out there as well.
The last time out for Heritage, they really struggled to get the run game going. I'd be surprised if they don't try to mix it up here.
Malik Clark and Brody Gustat is the receivers out at the top of your screen. Lee spins out of one tackler, trying to spin out of another, but cannot as he's brought down by multiple Martin County Tigers. Leading the charge was defensive lineman Justin Morris. He's got 48 tackles on the season, 3 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, and you can add another one as that was a loss of 3.
And that left side of the line for Heritage just kind of fell apart there. I don't know if it's a little bit confusion on what the blocking assignment was, but Kennedy just came free there and made a play.
So right now, 2nd down and 13 for the Heritage Panther offense. Clark and John White, the backs in the backfield, as Clark goes sprinting to the left side. Good pickup there of about 5 or 6 by John White. And that'll bring up third down and probably about along 7 here for the Heritage Panthers offense as John White was knocked out of bounds out at the Martin County 46-yard line.
I like the idea they're trying to stretch out this defense because they're just loading that box and pinching their ears back and getting through that offensive line right now.
One player to keep an eye on for the Heritage Panthers offense, Nate Owens. Nate Owens right now lined up in the slot. Kaiser Birch lined up behind him. Jordan Padala getting the call from the offensive coordinator, Michael Benson. I'm sorry, check that. Stephen Hughes, head coach Michael Benson. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Padala rolls to his right, trying to find a receiver. Eludes one guy, now runs to the other side of the field, gets some blocks. Jordan Padala showing that athleticism in the middle of the field, the 30, and he'll be brought down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. He did take a shot there from middle linebacker Wyatt Parks. But a great run and gain by the quarterback, making something out of nothing.
I mean, heck of a play. And there was really nothing downfield. I mean, perfect coverage by Martin County, just a broken play. And Padala flashes his athleticism and gets a first down on a 3rd and long.
First down and 10 from the Martin County 28 as we will see Malik Clark churn the legs and get across the 25 to the 23-yard line. Good gain there for 5. Looks like Wyatt Parks along with Kyle Opsenix in on the stop. Another player to keep an eye on is Leocal, the near side defensive end at the bottom of your screen, lined up across from number 15, Alexander Fralin, the tight end. Second down and about 5 to go here for the Panthers. Handoff. That is going to be to John White. John White sprinting to the near sideline, gets across the 15, makes a man miss at the 10, inside the 10 and at the 8 as we are inside the Cruise Coach red zone. And a nice run there as we will end the first quarter. The Martin County Tigers 3, the Heritage Panthers nothing here on the Brevard Sports Network. And we begin the second quarter with the Heritage Panthers with their best drive of the evening. It is their second drive, but I'll tell you what, Chase, the nice thing that we've seen from this offense is they've done the sprint outs with the running backs, and they've done a nice job just picking up big yards, using their speed to really outflank this Martin County defense.
Yeah, and after those couple runs to the outside, you saw the middle kind of open up, got 5 yards on that first run up the middle.
First down and goal. Padala hands off, and he is going to lose a couple of yards as I think that was that Clark?
I think it was. Just right on his back. He actually gained a couple of yards there.
I was going to say he didn't lose he gained a couple on that one, so nice job there carrying a Martin County Tiger. Gets it to about the 7-yard line on the 1-yard gain. We'll see Fralin, Lee, and Clark in the backfield with Jordan Padala. Handoff to Drayvon Lee, the freshman. And he tried finding a hole, and there was no hole to be found, as it looks like let's see, Colin Dunleavy, the linebacker for Martin County, in on the stop. It'll bring up third down and goal for the Heritage Panther offense.
Yeah, Martin County was waiting for that one. They predicted that all the way. Completely contained that left side of the line and pushed them back, lost a yard on a carry.
So bring up third down and goal, ball sitting on the 9-yard line. Heritage Panthers right now, offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes sending the play into Jordan Padala. 10:44 to go here in the second quarter. Martin County 3, Heritage nothing, as that pass is incomplete and a little bit low as they were trying to get to Nate Owens. And we will see the kicking unit come out onto the field. And that'll be Steve Moore out to attempt this field goal.
Got to have that throw if you're Padala. I mean, that's just, you got to hit him in rhythm there. And, you know, Owens can definitely make a man miss. He had a blocker in front of him. Could have been a big play out there with man coverage. Just didn't hit him in the chest.
So we'll see Steve Moore attempt a 26-yard field goal from the right hash mark. The wind right now coming from the northeast. Going against the wind on this kick. 26 yards. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. And it is no good. No good. So the Heritage Panthers with a promising drive can come away with no points, and Martin County will take over.
Yeah, and that looked good from here. Just missed, like you said, kicking against that wind. That wind must have just pushed it a little bit left.
So a 9-play drive that started at 2:32 mark in the first quarter. So about 4.5 minutes here.
And that's a drive where Padala's going to go to the sideline. And, you know, he made a great play to keep the drive alive, but you got to have that throw. That's a consistent throw you have to make, and it would have made a much easier field goal. And probably, even if they didn't gain yards, it would have put them in the middle of the field.
So Martin County will start at their own 20. Manny Louise, the quarterback, hands off to the left side of the line, and that's going to be wrapped up quickly. And leading the charge there was Steve Estime, the outside linebacker. So nice job wrapping him up, along with Tajay Brown.
And that's Hendricks there. It takes a couple guys to tackle him, so good job rallying to the football for the Panthers.
As I say, we only really saw one carry for Hendricks on that previous Martin County drive. Second down and about 8 now for the Tigers. Man Louise will hand off once again to Hendricks. He tries to test that same side of the football, or same side of the offensive line. Gains maybe a yard as he gets to the 24. But again, a great job there by the Heritage defense. Leading the charge, there was Jael Cruz.
Yeah, and great job by the safeties, too. I mean, they are just attacking the football. You see all white hats to the side of the football, just attacking it. That's the coach's dream right there, at least the defense coordinator's dream for sure.
3rd down and 7 now for Martin County. They got to get to the 30 for a first down. Empty set. Manny Louise throws high, and that one's incomplete. And that was probably just let go a little too early as that one sailed into the Heritage Panthers sideline. And a great stop by the Heritage defense forces a 3-and-out.
Yeah, and if that throw's put on the money, I mean, Nathaniel Owens is right there with sticky coverage, making a stop short of the marker. So great all-around defense for the Panthers, and they're going to get the offense back on the field and see if they can keep the momentum from the last drive.
So Max Kennedy this season hasn't had to punt very much. 6 punts on the year, but an average of 39.8 yards.
So 6 punts the whole season?
That's what it says, 6 punts. As he goes end over end, this one's going to take a Martin County bounce, and it's going to be picked up, and the ball's loose. And very lucky indeed that Brown, who touched it, lost it, and was able to recover it. That could have been a big, big mistake for the Heritage Panthers. And
your coach isn't going to like that one on the sideline, that's for sure.
No, I was going to say, gotta secure that one if you're going to take it, because otherwise it can lead to disaster. We'll see the Heritage Panthers offense with 8:56 to go here before halftime. Ball sitting on the Heritage 39-yard line. Again, drove all the way down to the 9-yard line and could unfortunately not come away with any points as they trail 3-0 here in this second quarter in this district title championship game. Martin County 2-0, Heritage 2-0. These two teams trying to lock up an automatic berth to the FHSAA playoffs.
It's funny how that works on Heritage. 3-6 on the season, and 2-6. Excuse me. No,
3 and 5.
3 and 5. I'm all over the place here. 3-5 on the season, losing record, and they still have a chance to just win their district outright against a Martin County team that's 6-2.
Well, they may be Martin County 6-2, but if you look at the schedules, you got to give Heritage a ton of credit. You look at teams like O'Galley, Cocoa, obviously Wolford County, Kentucky came to town, Seminole as well. You know, they've played some tough teams on their schedule. Again, I'm not as familiar with Martin County's teams and their strength of schedules. We see first down and 10. Padala looks to throw that one too far out in front for John White in the flats. If he connects with that one, John White's got some room to run.
And just another throw that, in practice he's throwing that, completing it pretty much 10 out of 10 times. Just a little rush back there, maybe a little uncomfortable for Padala with that blitz coming up the middle.
Well, I'm wondering if this wind has something to do with it, because we've seen these quarterbacks be a little off tonight, and that wind is coming pretty hard from the east.
It's a great point.
It's coming just straight west. As the handoff goes to Lee. Lee with an open hole, shakes a couple of guys, lowers the shoulder, still continues to churn the legs across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, great second effort there. Got him another 3 yards on that second little fall forward by Lee.
Lee with 72 carries on the season with the 5 or 6 games that Heritage has up on the stat sheet. On Max Preps, 286 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 yards per carry average for the talented freshman running back. Third down and about 3 to go. Ball needs to get to the 49 for a first down. Play action, high pass, but within the reach of Nate Owens. That one falls incomplete. And decision time, and not going to be much of a decision, as we're going to see the punter. And Martin County and Heritage right now trading defenses as 3-and-out drives from both offenses.
And I think you are right. It's definitely could be the weather playing a factor. I know that ball was definitely catchable. Definitely should have caught it, but it's a throw that they practice. I know they practice it so often, and if he hits him in the chest there, it's a first down, no doubt about it.
We'll see. Once again, we'll see Steve Moore had a solid punt last time out. See if he can pin Martin County inside their own 20. And Martin County's coming with the pressure as Moore, nice punt, can be returnable, and it's muffed. And did Heritage come away with it? We'll see. Ball still on the ground. No, it is recovered. And
they're fighting for it.
Yep, and that would have been Jakevius Bradley, who was the return man and almost muffed it. We've seen a couple. That's 2 now. Both teams having a little bit of a struggle with
pretty much
catching the football.
Really similar drives. Just Heritage unable to capitalize with the 3 points on the field goal attempt. But up to this point, 2 drives for each team, and really similar in the aspect of a punt and then a field goal attempt.
We see a penalty on the field, and it's going to be in the area of holding. So that's going to back Martin County up. The ball initially was stopped at 21, so you got to figure they're going to back that up to the 11. So once again, Martin County, they're going to be backed up in their own end. And so far, Heritage tonight, they've been able to. You got to force Martin County to drive the length of the field. Martin County hasn't been able to do that. You look at their opening scoring drive, they started on the Heritage 48-yard line.
And they started with 5-6 yards of carry, and now they can barely get a yard. They're really keeping Hendricks intact behind the line of scrimmage and not letting them get outside.
So they're going to move this ball back to the 11. As right now, 8 minutes on the Cruise Coach scoreboard. 3-0 Martin County leading Heritage here. First down and 10 from the Martin County 11. We'll see that new quarterback, Colin Cockrell, as he's going to try and bob and weave. He's going to get to the outside, but wrapped up quickly, and he's going to be wrapped up there by Michael Stevens, the 6', 220-pound defensive end.
Yeah, a much smaller quarterback. Cockrell comes in at 5'10", and you got Lewis, who's 6'2", 190. So big difference back there, especially when it comes to running the football and those quarterback power runs, trying to get into the teeth of the defense there.
So looks like the officials are going to have a conference for the moment. We do have a penalty flag on the field. We'll see what the penalty is on. And they're going to pick up the flag. So no flag, no penalty yardage, essentially. I don't know what they would have called on that one, but either way, a gain of about 1.5 yards as it brings up second down and 9. We'll see, and it looks like Kellen Cockrell is going to stay in at quarterback. And this is what you and I were kind of wondering, because we saw both numbers for both these quarterbacks, pretty similar numbers in terms of at least throwing the football for both these guys. It looks like Martin County kind of tries to find the hot hand at quarterback.
Yeah.
5 wide receivers set here for Martin County, 2nd down and 9. Cockrell, 3-step drop. Throws a rainbow, looking for a man deep, and Kaiser Birch is in on the coverage, almost picks it away, and it was intended for Escamilla.
Beautiful looking throw. I mean, that was Russell Wilson-esque with that lob rainbow ball. Just great coverage on the outside by Birch, going step for step with the receiver.
No, absolutely. And again, the Heritage defense has got so much athleticism at the corners position. You look at Nate Owens on the near side, and as we mentioned, Birch, you saw him undercut that route. And so almost coming away with an interception. I think we're going to need to see Heritage defense come away with some points tonight as well, whether it be a safety or if you can get a pick 6 as well. I think in order to truly get this win tonight, this defense has scored touchdowns. I go back to that game against Seminole, 9 points all coming from their defense. As we see 3rd down and 9, empty backfield. Cockrell now looking to throw, trying to elude pressure, and it's going to be a catch. But that was for Khalil Taylor, and Taylor was on his knees, and so it'll be a short gain and a punt. So Martin County's offense will go 3 and out.
I think he was watching too much NFL there. Caught it on it. He could have caught that standing up just fine. Would have been a little bit lower, but going on your knees, just giving yourself up there.
So, again, another 3 and out. Great job by the Heritage defense, as we'll see Kennedy punt this one away. Booming punt. As this one, we'll see if Birch can return it. It takes a Martin County Tiger bounce inside the 20.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's going to down it at the 10-yard line. Talk about flipping field position. That was at least a 60-plus yard punt.
I mean, he was facing pressure, too, there. I thought they could have got there and blocked it. And, wow, what a boot from Kennedy.
So we do have a penalty flag on the right around midfield. We'll check the penalty flag.
See Coach talking midfield with the white hat official, maybe. Had to be something said to some between players.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because the play pretty much was dead.
This is a long conversation with head coach Michael Benson. 6:52 to go here before halftime. We were at a pretty fast-paced first quarter, but now it's really slowed down here in the second. Very curious.
Yeah, Benson's, I mean, he's out to midfield. Usually you don't see that.
So, all right, now the call. Personal foul, and it's going to be against Martin County.
I think it's going to be against Heritage.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
So something must have been said between either players and players or players to ref, and maybe just the ref giving a warning to Coach Benson.
So it'll be half the distance. It'll back him up to the 5. Again, a great punt by Max Kennedy. As that was at least that could have been a 70-yard punt. I'm not a punting guy, but that could have easily been 70 yards.
Yeah, I think
completely flipped field position.
I think he punted it from about the maybe 15, 20-yard line. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he punted it probably from his own 3 or 4, because they had it at the 14 on their end. We'll see Nate Owens.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy punt.
Get on his side of the ball. As Jordan Padal and the offense come back out, they got a long way to go as the ball sits on the 5-yard line. We got 6:52 to go before halftime here in a 3-0 contest. Handoff to Lee, and Lee's got to get out of the goal line. He does, but he's going to lose a couple. And a great play there by Dunleavy, the outside linebacker. Actually, check that. That's not Dunleavy. That's Austin Godwin in on the stop.
He still lost a yard on that carry there, did Lee.
Well, we saw them test the edges of this defense with John White. They've tried to do it with Lee, but I feel like Lee's more of a north and south kind of runner. But we'll see as they do lose a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12, backed up to the 3-yard line. Definitely in their own end zone is Padala here on this play. Play action. Padala looking to go deep for Owens, and Owens can't quite come up with the catch. Great coverage there by Jahari Hutchinson. And Hutchinson with 2 pass deflections on the season and 24 tackles. We do have a penalty in the end zone. If this is holding, this could be trouble.
I think they got a rough in the passer. Pretty sure I saw a late hit on Padala.
Roughing the passer, good call.
And Padala looked comfortable there. I mean, we've seen him on the RPOs before, just kind of look a little out of sync. But there, I mean, delivered a great ball, catchable ball for Owens. And with facing pressure, took a late hit. And that's another free 15. Gives them new life, pretty much.
Moves the ball to the 18 and gives them a new set of downs. So now they're outside their shadow of their own end zone. A little breathing room here is 1st down and 10. Right now, Martin County, they're playing man coverage. You know, you look at their deepest safety right now, Austin Godwin, you know, playing pretty much maybe 10 yards off the ball. That's how deep their safety is. Everybody's either up on the line or playing man coverage.
Yeah,
1st down and 10. Play action. Padala looking for Owens again, and that one is incomplete as Nate Owens pushes that one away from the defenders. That was, I believe, Godwin again, who could have had a pick there, but Nate Owens playing defense as, again, a pass that was just a little too far inside.
I don't think that was the right read there. You called the safety saying at 10 yards, but he did shift outside to help the cornerback on that pass. He just handed it off. I don't know if it was an RPO or just a straightaway throw.
2nd down and 10 now for the offense.
And it's letting Martin County load this box with that. You got 2 running backs and a tight end in this set.
Until Heritage's pass offense can threaten, as Lee with a wide open hole gets across the 25 to about the 26, 27-yard line.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to motion the far side running back, pull a linebacker out, and have an extra man or take away a man in the box and let Lee work up between the gaps.
So bring up 3rd down and 2 now as the ball needs to get to the 29 for a 1st down. Nate Owens, the receiver, at the bottom of your screen. Fralin, the up back right now. Lee, sidecar right of Padala. And we're going to see a penalty flag fly.
Offsides.
And Martin County is going to get called for jumping off sides. And that's going to be on the junior and the talented defensive tackle, Kyle Opsinix.
And that was a quick, kind of a hard count there. They came to the line quick and just hit him with the quick hard count, and that'll send us to officials timeout water break. At this water break, give a shout out to the Cruise coach along with our other sponsors, the Cancer Care Center, along with Dean Stewart Photography. They'll be rotating at the bottom of your screen throughout the whole game. All their phone numbers, websites, information at the bottom of your screen. Appreciate all of our great sponsors and all the games we have going around the county tonight. Melbourne versus Vieira. Heck of a game. That's, I believe, for the high playoff implications. I'm just going to say that. I don't know officially what it's for. I know it's high playoff implications, and a heck of a rivalry game that is. Also, we got Astronaut Cocoa, another district matchup. Cocoa looking to stay on track. Cocoa up 14-3 against Astronaut right now in the 2nd quarter.
Try to get you some other scores from around Brevard County.
Yeah, that Melbourne game, that's a great game. 2 evenly matched teams.
Right now, Melbourne 7, Vieira 3.
Okay.
So that one close early.
Got to root for Melbourne, though. I mean, got to go for the home team. All Brevard County is good with a win, but Melbourne versus Vieira, that's a deep rivalry there for us.
1st down and 10 for Padala. Looking to load up, goes over the middle of the field, and that one is caught. That one caught by Kaiser Birch, and that one's at the 48-yard line. Great throw from Padala over the middle of the field. Some nice touch there.
Yeah, great adjustment by Birch, too. Ball was still on time, bit underthrown, but Birch on the same page with his quarterback, able to come back to the ball right in the soft spot of that zone.
And a handoff to Lee as he tests that right side as he spins off a tackler. Colin Dunleavy in on the stop, tripping him up as he'll be brought down at the Martin County 42-yard line.
Dravion Lee's going to be something special in these years to come. Only a freshman, and you can already see the athleticism and the burst he has, breaking tackles and falling forward.
Second down and about 4. Handoff to Lee once again as he spins around another Martin County defender, and that was Kyle Obsenix, who almost had him wrapped up, but Drayvon Lee's definitely got the circle button down.
Yeah, I mean, he's spinning, and then he's also lowering his shoulder once he sees a man in his face. So not scared of contact. He has the power. He has the speed. He has the elusiveness. This kid is going to be great for these next 3 years for these Panthers.
4:32 to go here before halftime as the Heritage Panthers with their promising drive. As right now this is the 8th play of the drive. Again, this drive started back with 6:52 and back on their own 5-yard line. Trips to the near side. Birch, John White, and Nate Owens are the receivers at the bottom of your screen. Lee, sidecar left of Padala. Chest high snap. Quick throw to Birch. Birch with some room to run and blockers in front. And he'll get across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. Padala's starting to feel like he's getting into a
Definitely
rhythm.
looks way more comfortable back there in the pocket. I don't know if something that coach said calmed him down a little bit. This game is so important for Heritage because if they lose this game, they're pretty much out of these playoffs with that record that they have. They'll fall to 3-6.
High snap. Padala throws quickly to Nate Owens. Nate Owens makes one man miss, turns up field, carries a couple defenders, but then is finally brought down there by Jeremy King. And he'll bring him down, but not before he gains 5 yards.
Heck of a play by Owens. Looked like that play was all disaster to start. Made a man miss and got 5 yards out of nothing.
He was able to slip past Colin Dunleavy, the outside backer on that side. So we'll look at second down and second and 6 to go. Long 6 here.
Yeah, and I'd look out over here. I mean, okay, now they switch over. Martin County was 2 against 3 out here on the outside.
John White, the man in motion. Padala looks and throws. That one is caught. Kaiser Birch once again in the middle of the field at the 15-yard line, and Martin County's got to reevaluate what they're doing defensively as, again, Heritage's passing offense on this drive has been able to find its mark. I believe that's 3 or 4 straight completions.
Yeah, and a
for
great
Padala.
ball by Padala there. And you may think it was underthrown, but there was a safety right. If he put it in front of Birch there, he would have got whacked. So able to lead him behind and slow him down and stop right there and avoid a big hit.
First down and 10 for the Heritage offense. And we got a timeout taken by Martin County with 2:39 to go here before halftime. And that's going to be kind of the smart play here as Martin County's offense is going to want an opportunity to try and put some points on the board before halftime.
Heritage will receive the second half kick too.
No, because Heritage took the opening kickoff.
Oh.
So it'll be
You're right.
It'll be Martin County that gets
Okay.
the
So they're trying to double
kickoff.
dip. I mixed it up there. Mix it up. We're good.
Yep. Well, that's why I think Martin County takes this time out, along with trying to make some adjustments defensively, but also stop that clock so that way they give themselves an opportunity to try and respond. But again, I've seen Heritage a couple times this season. They can get down here in the red zone, but can they punch it in? That's going to be the key. They were close a couple drives ago.
Yeah.
They got down to the 9. They kicked a field goal. Field goal was no good. They didn't get any points on that drive. So now, can they get points on this one? They've got to punch it in for 6 here. I think when you look at it, Steve Moore's got the leg, but this wind is carrying coming from the east.
And the way that this passing game is opening up, that's going to open up the run game so much more. If they could probably run between the guards here.
So first down and 10 from the 15. Padala, play action, throws for John White out as he's in the running motion, still on his feet, across the 10, inside to about the 6. He'll be down at the 7. Again, just that nice pass out into the flats. And
once you get this run-pass option offense in rhythm and you get confidence in your quarterback like that where he can just fire it out there and know the coverage before the ball is snapped, this offense is pretty hard to stop when it gets rolling like this.
So a gain of about 8 will bring up second down and 2 for the Heritage Panthers offense. Lee the back to the sidecar right of Padala. 2 minutes to play here before halftime. Handoff to Lee. Lee's met in the backfield, and he is met with Caden Glover. The team leader in sacks makes a great run, great tackle for loss, as it'll be back to the 9 for the Panthers.
Heck
Loss
of
of 2.
Heck of a play by Glover there. He didn't get lower than Lee, but he just had overpowered him, just kind of wrapped him up from the top of his shoulder pads and drove him backwards.
When you look at this defensive line for Martin County, is we're going to see a timeout taken And that timeout is going to be taken by Martin County with about a minute and 28 seconds to go here. You look at this defensive line for Martin County. John Yoakum, Kyle Obsenix, Justin Morris, Caden Glover. You got guys with pretty much over 25 tackles across that defensive line. You don't see that very often.
You never see that at this, especially at this level, the way that you have athletic guys out there that a unit can play in unison like that and consistently stop the run. And this whole back end, the whole defensive line, this team is averaging 10 points per game against them all season long. I know they had a rough game last week, but throughout this whole season they've played so strong together and a cohesive unit communicating on all levels. And they've made an adjustment here to stop Heritage once again once they get inside the 15-yard line.
Well, you got to look at it. You got to go back to September 19th was the last time that Martin County allowed double-digit points. That was 10 points that they gave up to Dr. Garcia.
Yeah.
You go beyond that, you have to go all the way back to August when they gave up 13 points to Boynton Beach and 13 points to Sebring. So, again, this Martin County Tiger defense, they are not easy to score on. We'll see if the Heritage Panthers can punch it in here. 3rd down and about, we'll call it 5 to go. Ball on the 9, needs to get to about the 3 for a 1st down. Padala, play action, looking to throw, looking to the end zone for Kaiser Birch, and a catch and a touchdown for the Heritage Panthers.
That ball just, I mean, if the defender turned his head, he was making a play on that ball all day long, and Birch just kind of stood under it like a punt return, able to haul it in, and Padala trusted his guy to make a play, and that's exactly what happened.
So the Heritage Panthers punch it in for 6. We'll wait for the extra point, but again, you have to be really encouraged with what you've just seen from this offense. We'll get into the full drive here in a second, but very, very encouraging drive offensively for the Panthers.
Yeah, and we saw Padala grow confidence in this drive, most importantly going on throughout this game, and confidence in hitting guys in rhythm and on time.
We'll see Aiden Barrios attempt the extra point. Hold is good, and snap is good, hold is good, and the kick is through the uprights, and the Heritage Panthers take a 7-3 lead over the Martin County Tigers here in a battle for the 5A District 13 Championship on the Brevard Sports Network. Heritage Panthers with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Padala to Kaiser Birch. The Heritage Panthers now late in this second quarter before halftime take a 7-3 lead in what is the district title championship game between Martin County and the Heritage Panthers, as we see Barrios going to squib kick this one in an early whistle. And offside. I was say, ref was trying to get the flag. He couldn't quite pull it out fast enough, and then we see it. So that's going to be likely offsides.
I wonder if he was going for an onside kick there, the way that he was running. Maybe kicked it a little too hard, because you never really see a kicker run out like that unless they're trying an onside kick. But that's a risky play there with a minute 18 and giving your opponent great field position at the 50 if they weren't able to recover that.
But if you recover it, then all of a sudden you can put more points on the board. You're taking away an opportunity, because this Martin County will receive the second half kickoff, as we'll see Barrios back this one up, and they'll back it up to the 35. But going back to that drive started at the 5-yard line after a penalty. They got backed up on the first down play to the 3-yard line and drove the rest of the way for a touchdown. I think Jordan Padala finished that drive with 6 or 7 straight completions on a fantastic offensive drive for the Heritage Panthers. 13 plays that encompassed about, I'd say, 5.5 minutes of clock.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the throws by Padala either. I'll get to that point after
as
the return.
Barrios will put this one in the corner, and it will be returnable. And that was Bradley who makes the return. Penalty flag flies. He's still on his feet at the 18, and they'll finally blow the whistles dead. And
it's going to be a block in the back, I think.
So far on the kick returns tonight, Martin County's had a penalty just about every time. Martin County's not helped themselves with field position. Outside of Heritage turning it over on downs on their side of the field on the 48, Martin County's had to pretty much play from the 20 and the 11-yard line. So, and their own, yeah, so the 20 and the 11 besides the 48-yard line when they had the turnover on downs.
Yeah, and if Heritage is able to get a couple quick stops here, don't be surprised if you see them burn those timeouts. Try to get this ball back and put more onto this lead.
So the penalty once again on Martin County. I didn't quite see what the official.
Block in the back.
Block in the back. So that'll back up Martin County to the 8-yard line.
Oof. Got to be careful if you're Martin County. You cannot let up 2 points and then give the ball back. Got to be smart with this football. Lewis back in the game.
Manny Louise back in for the Tigers here. And a quarterback design run, and he's going to be stopped, and that's by multiple defenders. That looks like Cruz along with Anthony Hickson on the stop, along with, Cruz. Okay, so Cruz comes up from the pile. But, yeah, Cruz and Hickson on the stop gets it to the 10.
Feel like we call Hicks' name pretty much every other play. And
yeah, between him and Clements tonight.
Yeah.
Clock continues to run. I think Martin County might go ahead and let this one just run down.
I'm surprised Heritage is not calling a timeout here.
Well,
a little bit surprised.
30 seconds here. We'll see what Manny Louise decides to do. Coach Rod Harrison, Louise will keep it this time, trying to pick and choose his way through the offensive line, and they cannot. And again, that's Anthony Hicks along with Cruz in on the stop. Back-to-back tackles there for those guys.
So now they take a timeout.
21 seconds to go here. That'll bring up third down and long.
See, like, if you let 40 seconds tick off there, you could have called a timeout and saved all that time from ticking. I don't know how much. I'm pretty sure they had 2. Took one earlier in the game. I know that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if they only had 2, so I wonder if now they're going to try, depending on what Martin County does here, that gives them one more timeout I think they might have. And so that way they can call a timeout after this third down play, because I can't imagine Martin County's putting this ball in the air. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, you don't want to stop this clock. And, before the kickoff, I was saying, Padala was not only making the throws, but it was the reads and the rhythm that he was doing it at. This run-pass option, as we said already, as I've said so many times, it's pretty complicated for a quarterback to understand. But when he started this game, looked a little out of rhythm, looked like he wanted to hand it off, pulled it pretty late, ended up throwing the ball out of whack and not catchable. So just kind of getting rhythm and getting feel for that offense as this game goes on.
So we'll see 4 wide receivers set here for the Tigers. Third down and about 7 to go. Louise will actually throw the football. He'll put it in the air. That one's too far out in front.
Wow.
And that was intended for Escamilla. And that'll leave 12 ticks on the clock, and we'll see Max Kennedy come back.
I don't know if that was a flop in the middle of the field or an actual push. The ref didn't call it, so I'm going to go with a flop. I didn't see it. I just saw a man on the ground and a man standing over him.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Looks like, looking at the replay, Queen and Hancock kind of got into it.
That was a flop.
Kind of looking at the replay here as we are on a delay, and it looks like there's a little extracurriculars between the two guys. No penalty flags. We'll see Kennedy punt this one away, and we're going to see Kennedy re-kick this one, as it's going to be a false start on the Martin County Tigers.
I think it's going to go against Heritage. Offsides.
Oh, wow, offsides. Okay.
The way that Kennedy punts this ball, you want to give him another free 5 yards.
I was about to say, he punted it. He had to punt that like 70-plus yards.
That was an impressive punt. I mean, the roll at the end, he put the perfect spin on it. Definitely took a lucky hop, but that thing just kept on going.
So after the 5-yard penalty, we'll see Kennedy go once again And this is another solid kick. Birch backing up. We'll see if he returns it. He's going to pick it up and go. Tries to test the sideline. Penalty flag flies. He'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. We'll see what the penalty flag is on.
I mean, he just puts like the perfect spin on that ball. I don't know if he was what he has on it, but just took a sharp bounce.
And that's going to end the half. Well, actually, that's got to depend on the flag. If we got a flag on the field. Oh, no, I guess we didn't. I thought we had a flag, but no flag, and we will go to halftime as the Heritage Panthers lead the Martin County Tigers 7-3 here on the Brevard Sports Network. We will have no halftime show, but you will be able to see, at least video-wise, the Heritage High Band. And welcome back as we get ready to start the second half here as we get ready for the Heritage Panthers and the Martin County Tigers to get back out on the field. 7-3, the Heritage Panthers leading the Tigers after a 13-play drive to pretty much end the first half as the Jordan Padala hit Kazir Birch for an 8-yard touchdown pass. A very nice play as he was able to get behind that Martin County defense. Let's get you some scores around the county. Over on Brevard Sports Network on Facebook, you can check out Melbourne versus Vieira. That also a battle for second place in the district as the Osceola Cowboys won that district. Melbourne and Vieira playing for second right now at halftime. 7-3 right now. Melbourne on top of the Hawks. And then Titusville all over the Palm Bay Pirates, 28-0. Bayside and Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach up 14-6 over the Bayside Bears. Cocoa all over Astronaut, 21-3. Rockledge right now, they're also battling for a district title. They currently lead 13-7 over New Smyrna Beach. And right now, as we mentioned, Heritage and Martin County, 7-3 there. Let's get you an update on Merritt Island and Carrollwood Day. That game at halftime right now, Carrollwood Day with a 10-7 lead over the Mustangs. Hawthorne with a 14-7 lead over MCC. Space Coast 42-0 over Stanton. And I have not seen yet a... Oh, never mind. I think we do have a... Oh, here we do. We have a score for Delray Beach Atlantic 27, O'Galley 18. That game at halftime. Any scores jump out at you there, Chase?
I think one score did, and I think it was that last one you just read. I don't know a lot about Delray Beach, but I know O'Galley definitely the best team in the county so far this year for us. And just I know they lost their quarterback and everything, but the way that offense and that defense is played, I'm surprised they're down 27-18.
Yeah, well, and I was about to say, too, it's kind of tough. If that defense for Atlantic, which has got a lot of talent, if they can sniff out the offense for what O'Galley runs, makes it for a long day, and that offense is tough to play from behind. But, again, they're only down 27-18, so we'll see. I did see Xavier Larice with a 50-yard touchdown run, so that's a big one there.
Shocker.
Exactly. But I will say this, it's kind of funny. Going back to my days at Mile High, we actually did play Atlantic Delray Beach for a playoff game. It was the first-round playoff game. We were down 14-0 and found a way to come back. I think we won 20-14, but it was a heck of a comeback by us in the fourth quarter that got us a first-round playoff win my senior year, which was all the way back. I know I'm dating myself here to you youngins, but 2008. Or 2007, I'm sorry, 2007.
Try to give yourself a year there. What position were you playing, Knock? Where were you
I was
lined up at?
I was playing out of position. I was playing nose guard at 195 pounds.
All right. Little short, stout.
Pretty much.
Just stopping the run, huh? Stuffing it up.
Trying to. My linebackers liked me sometimes, but when they didn't like me, they yelled at me. So that's usually because I wasn't doing my job.
Yeah, they usually slap you on the butt and tell you where to go.
So we get ready to start the second half. Chase, your big takeaways from the first half and what you want to see going into the second half.
I think I saw a lot of confidence in Jordan Padala, and if he can keep that confidence, Heritage can pretty much cruise to a victory here. Their defense is playing outstanding football against such a talented offense in this Martin County team, and the way that Padala just transformed from that first pretty much to that second quarter almost looks like a different quarterback out there, and the receivers are on the same page. Defense fire, and this team is looking pretty much unstoppable right now if they can keep it up looking at that last drive.
And you go back to that drive that they scored on. The one thing that I really like is the fact that I really like that Padala, they were going short and intermediate.
Yeah.
Padala really found a rhythm with those. They went over the middle, which is kind of dangerous, but they were able to find those soft spots in the Martin County zone or man that they were able to create some separation for the receivers, let the receivers be athletes. And so really curious to see what offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes and company decide to do here as we get ready for the second half offensively. Well, Mark Ainsley and the defense have done a fantastic job. Again, first drive, offense turns it over on their side of the field on 4 downs, and from the 48, Martin County goes 10 plays to the 6-yard line. They make a field goal by Max Kennedy from the 23 yards out. That's how we got to 3-0, and then as I mentioned, Padala to Birch from 8 yards out. That made it 7-3. So that's how we got here as we get ready to start the second half This is a battle for the title for 5A District 13. Whoever wins tonight punches their ticket to the playoffs. We'll see who can do that tonight as the Martin County Tigers came into this game 6-2. Heritage Panthers 3-5. We'll see who can walk out with a dub. Again, Chase Alexander, Anthony Knockreiner here on the Brevard Sports Network is we see a swing of the leg. Bradley will return it for the Tigers, and Marcus Hancock will wrap up Bradley, and it'll be wrapped up at the 23-yard line, and a great job by the safety on the kickoff team.
Yeah, and if you're the Tigers here, you know, one of the big things that they really need to get going, let's see Paul Hendricks. I mean, we've seen him carry the ball 3 or 4 times here tonight. I know it hasn't really been a lot of space to work, but let's feed him. Let's get him going. That's a guy that gets stronger throughout the game goes on. Just let him work with the ball, see what he has.
Well, I was going to say they ran a lot of the quarterback design runs with Manny Louise, and those they kept trying to run that play, but it really wasn't to a lot of success, as we're going to see a false start here by the offense.
Everybody but the center. I've been there. I know that it's a terrible feeling as a center. It's a terrible feeling. You see everybody else move but you.
They might have actually had too many men on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it, an illegal substitution.
Okay.
On Martin County. Man, I'll tell you what, every time they've been at their own 20 or on their own end, it has just been rough sailing because they've had a penalty to start the drive as they're backed up now to the 18. So first down and 15 now. That's Queen in on the direct snap as he'll get across the 20 to about the 24-yard line, so picks up most of that penalty yardage back, brings up second down and 8.
First time we've called his name tonight as well. I mean, this is a big key player in this offense for the Tigers and trying to get something going, trying to get their playmakers in space.
I was going to say Queen comes into tonight's contest, 18 catches, 459 yards, 6 touchdowns. And so far tonight, not a whole lot of touches, maybe a couple, but that's really about it.
Yeah, and you go back to the discipline. The Heritage Panthers, done an outstanding job of staying disciplined, limiting the flags.
Man in motion is going to be Escamilla as he makes the catch in the flat, so gain a couple of yards. He gets 3 or 4 yards on that one. It's going to bring up third down. He'll get to the 27.
Looks like he stepped out kind of a little early. That official marked it way shorter than he really went out of bounds there.
Yeah, I was going to say, a little bit of a short route for 3 yards. Still third down and a long 6 here. Ball needs to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. Manny Louis, the quarterback in the shotgun. Hendricks to his right. Manny Louis throws. That one is going to be incomplete, intended for Bradley. Bradley had to turn around on that one, and Steve Estime was the man in coverage and knocked him down and didn't let him make the catch, and it'll be a 3-and-out for the Martin County Tiger offense.
Another young starter for this Panthers defense, just making a great play there. Like I said, just staying disciplined, not playing the ball too early, timing it up perfectly, laying the hit on the receiver to get the pass break up there. That one skied high.
Max Kennedy will get that one to take a Tiger bounce all the way back to the 30. Again, another great punt. And Max Kennedy, he's only got 6 punts on the season. He's already up to 4 tonight.
This kid, I mean, give him the MVP. I mean, the way that this game is going, this defensive battle that we had in the first half, it's so crucial to flip the field like that. It's such a weapon for Martin County.
He did flip the field on Heritage, as Heritage had on that scoring drive, they drove 95 yards.
Yeah, they had him at a 3rd and long and then roughed the passer.
Yeah.
So just another self-inflicted wound by Martin County.
Exactly, and they go the rest of the way for a touchdown. Again, though, Max Kennedy, considering they were backed up, at their own 24, 27-yard line, to get them on the other side of the 30, again, give their defense a chance. Padala, play action, quickly throws out to John White, and that one off the fingertips. It'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag back at the 36.
Looked like it was maybe tipped there by John Yakim. Maybe threw off the throw a little bit for sure.
An eligible man downfield for, or sorry. Okay, yeah, he pointed to Martin County. I was like, wait a minute, no, that looks like an eligible man downfield.
Not possible.
So they're going to back him up to the 25. So first down now and 15.
Common penalties. Tough for these offensive linemen to gauge if it's going to be a run or a pass. Got to stay disciplined when you're driving a guy down the field, not to go. I believe the line is 3 yards, or maybe I think it's 3 yards at a high school level.
Yeah, I would say so. Birch, the man at the bottom of your screen, right now matched up with Hutchinson, the near side corner. Padala looking to throw, looking for the screen. He's got Birch. Birch now trying to make a man miss, and he's going to be wrapped up by Caden Glover. Glover sniffed that one out from the get-go.
I mean, that is one of their best playmakers, and he just kind of face guarded him like you see a guy ISO at the top of the key in basketball, just clamped him up and brought him down hard for a tackle for loss. What a play.
Yeah, Caden Glover with 15 tackles for loss this season. Again, does a nice job sniffing out the screen. It'll be second down and 17 now as the ball's backed up to the 23. Nate Owens, Alexander Fralin, the tight end in the slot. Nate Owens at the bottom of your screen. John White and Birch, receivers to your far side. Lee, sidecar left to Padala. Play action. Looking to go towards and look deep for Nate Owens. He makes the catch on the sideline. He'll be in Martin County territory. Great job by the sophomore wide receiver.
Another young buck coming up big for these Panthers. I mean,
check that. He's a senior. My bad.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
why I don't have that.
Okay.
I don't know why I have him as a sophomore on that one.
Just great play there by Padala, putting it right on the money. Saw Owens got a step on the defender and just laid it right where it needed to be.
Ball on the 46-yard line on the first down. Pitch out to Lee. Lee will be brought down to the 44.
I mean, the way that we saw Padala throw the ball in the first quarter, I thought they weren't going to be able to throw it at all. I mean, but he has just gained a next level confidence throwing the deep ball and that intermediate route as we discussed earlier.
Yeah, Padala with a great throw, great rainbow to Nate Owens, and Nate Owens making a great catch. Again, this season, 22 receptions, 398 yards, 4 touchdowns. Add another 146 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns as well. Fantastic playmaker. I know Heritage wishes he was a sophomore so they could play for 2 years, but he is a senior. Second down and 8 for the Panthers. Quick throw out and the flare route to John White, and John White's going to pick up more yardage. He'll be down at the 41. Good stop there by Jeremy King, the safety.
Yeah, good job by King getting to that man in motion, able to stop it up.
Third down and 5 as we got 8:06 to go here in the third quarter. Yet another promising drive for the Heritage Panthers. As Padala will hand off to Lee once again, and Lee's going to lose a yard. And in on the stop was Kyle Opsinix, and that'll be a loss of 1. And unfortunately, it looks like Lee might be a little banged up here. Go ahead and move that as they go ahead and take a look at him. But it'll bring up fourth down, and we'll see what Coach Michael Benson wants to do here, whether he wants to punt it or try and go for it here. So right now, both defenses tonight, Martin County and Heritage, coming out here in the second half, have done a nice job getting stops. Obviously, Heritage with a 3 and out. You know, Martin County giving up a little bit here, giving up a big pass play, but forcing fourth down here on this set of downs in this drive. Currently looking at the 6th play here if Heritage decides to go for it.
Yeah, I think this is a decision here where they decide to punt and just try to maybe play that field position game the way that their defense is playing. You don't want to give up something big.
Yeah, you really don't, and we'll see what they decide to do here. You want to try, you know, maybe you try and pin them deep in their own end. You know, Heritage has done a really great job special teams-wise, you know, doing that tonight. So if their special teams can continue to pin the Martin County Tigers back, that's going to be huge. Again, about 7:31 to go here in the third quarter on the Cruise Coach scoreboard. Again, if you're looking to plan your next cruise, look to the man, the Cruise Coach, and he'll get you a great trip as we are getting ready for the holidays as Trayvon Lee helped off to the sideline.
That could be a big loss for this offense for Heritage.
Yeah, he's been the workhorse and the bell cow for them this season, and hopefully he'll be all right, but he'll definitely be looked at on the sideline as we'll get ready to see the punting unit. We'll see Steve Moore come out onto the field to punt this one away for the Heritage Panthers. Again, wish I had some stats for you on Steve Moore, but I do not. There were none on Max Preps. So clock continues to run, 7:27 to go here in the third quarter. Marcus Hancock makes the check. Clean snap. Kick is on the way. This one's sky high. Bradley's going to let this one bounce. Heritage has got to chase it, and Brody Gustat tries to knock it away. He does at the 2-yard line. What a play by the junior, Brody Gustat, as he makes a great special teams play, pinning the Tigers on the 1-yard line.
I mean, this is a special teams masterclass from each team. I know, minus the missed field goal, it was a little windy. Let's forget about that. But special teams masterclass, especially punting the football. I mean, just great coverage, great perfect punt, and wow, I mean, that's huge. The way Martin County's not able to run this football right now.
Yeah, and the wind right now is getting stronger coming out of the northeast as Martin County. Ball on the 1.
Wow.
Actually, it might even be less than the 1. It might be like the 3-inch line.
He's snapping that little back end of the nose is pretty much crossing the goal line almost. It's pretty close.
Here, if you're the Heritage Panthers, you really you want to try and – it's tough. I don't know what Mark Ainsley wants to do here, but I feel like you almost feel the temptation to bring some pressure, try to create a safety here in this opportunity. But we'll see what defensive coordinator Mark Ainsley does. Again, one of the best is we'll see Manny Louise line up under center one of the few times. Quarterback sneak.
Oh, wow.
And he's definitely going to get outside of his shadow of his own end zone as he gets to the 9-yard line. Gain of 8.
Now, I know Ainsley's that's his 3-3 stack. I mean, that's his baby, whatever. But the quarterback sneak was coming there. Maybe put an extra guy on the other side of the center, try to stop that up, and he just went to the other side of the defensive tackle and fell forward for almost a first down.
Yeah, great gain there. They're actually going to call him down at the 8.
Seven-yard quarterback sneak. You don't see that too often.
Well, I'm not surprised they run that play. It's been Manny Louise's best run. Not quite the best run. He did have about a 12 or 15-yarder earlier in the first quarter. But since then, that's been his best run of the evening. Because the quarterback design runs that Martin County has run, Heritage is sniffed out as a handoff to Paul Hendricks. He's got a hole across the 20 and across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. And 2 chunk runs, one by Louise and now by Hendricks. And you talked about it to open the second half, Chase. If you're Martin County, you want to see more of number 1.
Yeah, Paul Hendricks. I mean, just such an at 6'1", 220, the way he accelerated through that line, it's just if Heritage lets him gain momentum, they're going to be in big trouble. This is a hard man to bring down as we head towards the water break here in the third quarter.
Well, Paul Hendricks, again, senior, 6'1", 220 pounds. Again, a guy that has done a lot of great things on the ground this season for the Tigers. He's got 72 carries, 545 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 7.6 yards per carry. If I'm the Tigers, I think this is the kind of drive I maybe just let Paul Hendricks run, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good time for a water break if you're the Heritage Panthers there. You don't want to let runs pile up, so it was almost like taking a timeout there. So lucky, good break for the Panthers. Water break came at a good time. So see if they make an adjustment, be ready for Hendricks as he comes back in the game.
6:05 to go here in the third quarter, 7-3. The Heritage Panthers lead the Martin County Tigers in this 5A District 13 title bout. Louise will hand off to Hendricks once again, but Hendricks is met by multiple Heritage Panthers. Leading the way was Corday Coupland, the 6'4" outside linebacker, along with, I believe that was Taj Brown as well in on the stop.
Just a great job by that front three, just causing havoc on that offensive line and making Hendricks try to bounce it outside, and linebackers are there to clean it up.
Gain of only 1. 2nd down and 9 from the 32-yard line. Louise will hand off once again. Hendricks trying to escape the tackler, but it's Brown once again in on the stop, and it'll be a loss of a yard, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
What a great open field tackle that time, and you go low on a big man like that. Sometimes it's hard to keep him around the ankles, and he just held on for life and brought him down. Looked like he lost a yard there.
He did. He's going to be backed up to the 26, as we'll see Copeland come back into the ball game as that outside pass rusher. Coach Mark Ainsley wants a little more athleticism on the edges here. It's 3rd down and 10. Ball needs to get to the 38 for a 1st down. Louise looks to throw. That one's going to be behind his intended wide receiver, intended for Bradley. And Cruz was the man in coverage. And it'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see Max Kennedy once again.
Yeah, and that ball thrown behind the receiver, throwing directly into the wind. That wind coming from left to right and just threw right into it. And they just can't really get anything going. I mean, Hendricks had that one run, but Heritage bounced right back and stuffed it up. They tried 2 more times and unable to get anything.
Max Kennedy gets this one away as Heritage brought the pressure. And it'll take a nice Martin County Tiger bounce, as it'll take a bounce to about the 31-yard line.
Another good punt from Kennedy.
4:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 7-3 ball game with the Panthers leading the Tigers. And again, you know, one of the things you got to talk about, yeah, Heritage has got a 3-5 record, but if you look at their schedule, you know, that does spell for the reason probably why they're 3-5. They have they were one of the toughest schedules coming into this season. I think they still are, but you kind of look at it as a 3-5 team. They're not playing like that right now, and I think all those early season challenges are playing right into the hands of what Coach Michael Benson wanted when they made the schedule.
And it's kind of total opposite of what happened last year for Heritage. They had a pretty easy schedule, and they were pretty heavily criticized for that easy schedule. Going into the playoff game, they were a 1st-round exit. Looks like they didn't face a lot of adversity going into it. So smart way to set up the schedule by Benson, getting his guys ready and ready for this type of competition.
We'll see a handoff go. I believe that is to Clark. It is Malik Clark. He'll be in on the carry right up the gut, and he'll take that to the 36-yard line, gain of about 5. Again, both defenses this evening have played extremely well. Martin County's done a nice job, along with Heritage's defense. Everything by both offenses has been earned here tonight, as we are under 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. Padala in the shotgun, Clark to his left. Play action, looking to throw for John White into the flats. John White's got room to run, makes a man miss. Again, he's going to be brought down by Jeremy King, as he's going to be knocked out of bounds on the sideline. And he will be stopped at about the 47-yard line.
Another throw that we saw earlier in this game that Padala just missed that time. Great read, reading the defensive end, getting it out to the fly route and letting them do work.
Well, right now Martin County's defense is playing everything underneath, so Heritage is just taking what Martin County is going to give them, as we see again man coverage. Again, a handoff to Clark, and this time it's going to be sniffed out. Wyatt Parks, the linebacker, the senior linebacker, sniffs it out for a couple of yard loss, as he'll be knocked back to the 43-yard line.
Textbook tackle that time from the middle linebacker, coming in there hot, making a play, wrapping him up. Nowhere to go on the outside attempt.
Wyatt Parks, 47 tackles, 32 solo, 9 tackles for loss so far this season, to go along with 2 sacks.
Gets into double digits, tackles for loss.
Be 2nd down and about 13, we'll go out 14 to go here. Padala, play action, rolls to his right, quickly out to Fralin, the tight end, and Fralin's going to get most of that lost yardage back as he'll get to the 49-yard line.
Great discipline that time by Martin County's defense, not biting on the run, staying with the flat route on the PA boot there.
So brings up third down and about 8 for this Heritage offense as we approach 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. 7-3, the Panthers with the ball and the lead. Right now, Martin County holding Heritage to what they usually allow their opponents, but it's Martin County's offense that really hasn't been able to get a whole lot going this evening. Padala on third down and 8, tries to escape the pressure, using that athleticism, but he's going to be grabbed from behind, and I believe that's Dunleavy. It is Colin Dunleavy who wraps him up, and it'll bring out the punting unit.
Great pursuit there. We saw earlier in the game where Padala had one of those kind of broken plays, ended up breaking it on a 3rd and long for a first down. This time Martin County ready to react to there, gets the sack and forces the punt. Great play from the Tigers.
We have seen 4 straight punts to start this second half, as we will see Steve Moore back out to punt this one away. Again, trying to pin Martin County deep. He did that last time out. It was Brody Gustad that downed the ball at the 1-yard line for the Heritage special teams. We'll see if they can do it again. Oh, the snap's off. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Steve Moore trying to outrun everybody. He's going to try and get this one away. He does. He kicks it as he gets nailed along with it. And we'll see where they spot. We do have a penalty flag. Don't know what the penalty flag will be on. Not sure yet.
Yeah, he's shaking up. That was a big hit there.
Yeah, ball unfortunately just off his hands. Tried punting that one away, and Martin County's going to get a short field. We'll wait for the penalty.
If it's a late hit, is that an automatic first down, or is it because if he got it away, it'd be Martin County's ball?
Curious. I don't know.
It wasn't. I mean, it was a clean hit, I thought.
Personal foul. Looked like helmet to helmet, and that was a penalty that's on.
Against Heritage?
So right now, I think the officials are talking it over.
Can't be against Heritage, right?
Well, it was helmet to helmet contact.
Wow.
Coach Michael Benson talking things over with the official, pleading his case. And so I think he's arguing it's a spot foul, not from the line of scrimmage. So Martin County is going to get some great field position. They're going to take over 1st and 10 on the Heritage 22-yard line.
Wow, I mean, I thought that would go the other way, but there must have been a block on the other side where they were trying to make something happen and just, wow, I mean, that's a huge break for Martin County and a bad beat for the Panthers.
Yeah, very much so. We'll see Louise throw this one, and that is caught by Queen. And the ball's on the ground, and it is recovered. A little break there.
Tried to give it right back.
Yeah. I was going to say the big man, the offensive lineman for Martin County, Braden Marshall, there to recover that fumble. But, again, gain of 8 yards on that first down play. Ball's now sitting on the 16. Danny Louise, the quarterback. Hendricks to his right. Handoff. That is going to go to Escamilla. And Escamilla is going to be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another solid run. Should be enough for the first down, and that's probably going to do it for us here in the third quarter. Yep, that's going to do it for us here in the third quarter. The Martin County Tigers deep in Heritage Panther territory, trying to tack on points, but the Heritage Panthers currently holding a 7-3 lead here on the Brevard Sports Network. as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here. The Heritage Panthers, unfortunately, a muffed punt, or not a muffed punt, I should say, a mishandling on the punt, and unfortunately for the Heritage Panthers, and after a 15-yard penalty, put Martin County deep into Heritage Panther territory. So right now, 1st and goal for the Martin County Tigers at the 6-yard line of the Heritage Panthers. Heritage's defense did hold out Martin County back in the first quarter as Martin County got to the 6-yard line. We'll see Escamilla in motion. Hendricks the handoff. Hendricks bursts through the line, but he's met by a bunch of Heritage Panthers. John White leading the way, along with, check that number there, looks like one of the big D linemen. That was Deshaun Barnes who held him up as well, the big nose guard for defensive coordinator Mark Ainsley. So, brings up 2nd down and goal here. Ball now sits on the 4-yard line. Hendricks to the sidecar right of Louise. Escamilla, the receiver, in the slot, and we got a penalty flag that flies.
Ouch.
And that's going to be an encroachment. That's going to be half the distance, so it's going to take it to about the 1.5-yard line.
I think I jinxed them. I said, they've played a clean game up to this point, and two big penalties could cost them this game. I mean, if they cannot answer back here.
Manny Louise on the quarterback sneak, trying to push his way through, and we've got no signal yet. No signal. I have no signal from either official right now, so it looks like he's going to be down at the 1.
Little tush-push action there. Had to push from behind. And
I got to check the rule book for high school football. I don't know. Can you push from behind? Can you assist the runner? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like that wasn't discovered in the NFL until, very recent. I'm surprised more teams don't do that. I don't know if they changed rules or how
they changed the rule back in 2007 that you were banned from assisting the runner.
And
as
Manny
Louise will get pushed once again, and this time still no signal.
What a stand.
They are standing up the Martin County Tigers on the goal line right now.
Wow.
And no signal. They're going to put them on the half-inch line.
Heck of an effort from this defensive line. They got one more time. They forced 4th down here.
So 4th down and goal. They've tried the quarterback sneak twice. It has not worked, and we'll see what head coach Rod Harris wants to do here.
I'd watch a little jump play if they go back under center. Maybe he jumps over the line. No, they're going to go gun.
As we'll see the Heritage Panthers, a complete defense line up. And, a 5-yard penalty on Martin County. He's going to back him up.
So now it's a question.
And it looks like they're going to send.
Oh, my goodness.
And that young man's definitely frustrated as they're going to send out Kennedy to attempt the field goal. Ball's back on the 6-yard line. It's going to be yet another 23-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is on the way. It is good, and it's 7-6. The Heritage Panthers defense holds on 2 big goal line stand plays and forces the Tigers to kick a field goal.
Unbelievable effort that time. I mean, you jump off sides, you think, your demeanor falls, your morale falls on the sideline. You're just like, we're just going to give up this touchdown. No, they stand tall. Heck of an effort. That shows so much evidence of how much this coaching affects these players and how much they care, really, going into this game, that they stood tall there. And you could say for Martin County, they jumped off sides. We gave a free one away. No, you had 2 chances with a quarterback sneak, with a 6'2" quarterback, with a guy pushing from behind, and you're unable to get in the end zone.
Yeah, I got to give a ton of credit to that defensive line. So we will see the Heritage offense. And, again, they're going to need a drive here because right now for Heritage it's a 1-point lead. So for Martin County, You know, again, they've got a great kicker. So, and that kicker's kicked 47.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Martin County has had the best field position in their 2 scoring drives when they were operating already in Heritage Panther territory. They have not had that kind of luck throughout most of the night tonight. But we'll see what Martin County decides to do here. As they come out of that huddle, I wasn't sure if they were thinking about trying some sort of trick play.
Yeah, there was a little confusion there.
But Birch and Owens back deep to return for the Heritage Panthers. Again, that scoring drive set up by a mishandled snap and punt and a penalty. Birch will return this one from zone 18, going across the 40, and he will be down at the 46-yard line. Great job and great return by Kaiser Birch. .9:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. 7-6. The Heritage Panthers leading the Martin County Tigers. And listen, if you were talking about this game beforehand, you thought, okay, for the Heritage Panthers, you want this to be a low-scoring game. That plays into your wheelhouse. That's what's happened here tonight for Martin County. They've been able to put up a bunch of points on the season. They're averaging 24 points per game. They have been slowed down offensively here tonight. And again, you got to give it to the special teams, even though they made the last mistake on the last drive. They've been pinning Martin County deep all night. Martin County has not had great field position as we see Heritage starting the ball on their own 46-yard line. John White going out into the flare, hand off to Clark. Clark will get back to the line of scrimmage as that is going to be Caden Glover once again making the stop.
Yeah, this Glover kid he's going to be legit next level for sure.
He is something else right now because, again, testing that side of the defensive line, Heritage has not found a ton of success as he's done some nice things. John White, Malik Clark, the backs in the backfield with Jordan Padala as we look at 2nd down and 9. John White going out of the flare route, play action. Padala looks in the middle of the field for Birch, and Birch is hit hard by Jeremy King, but a great grab, as you said, Chase, at the 41-yard line of Martin County.
I mean, what a grab. That ball could have easily been batted up in the air, and Birch, what a strong catch, able to stand in there, and Padala firing a strike in there.
8:17 to go now in the fourth quarter as the Heritage Panthers get their first down of the drive. Again, the clock is the Panthers' best friend right now as they are operating in Martin County territory. First down and 10 from the Martin County 41. Padala in the shotgun, looking to throw. Goes to the flat route to Birch. Birch trying to make a man miss. He does, still on his feet, and is brought down at about the 39-yard line.
Kaiser Birch, I mean, really spearheading this drive so far for this Panthers offense.
Between Nate Owens and Birch, what they've done tonight, they've done a really nice job. Nate Owens obviously with a couple of big catches tonight, but Birch with the touchdown catch earlier in the game. So right now we'll see what happens in this drive as they continue to feed Birch or look at Owens here. Again, Martin County's played a lot of man-to-man here this evening. Birch and Nate Owens at the bottom of your screen. 2nd down and 8. Handoff to White. White makes the man miss as he'll be taken down to about the 34, 35-yard line. Looks like the 34 is where they're going to mark him. It's going to bring up 3rd down for the Heritage Panthers offense.
And I know still 7 minutes left in this game, and it's a 1-point game, but this is a huge 3rd down if you're Martin County here. Got to come up with a stop to get this ball back.
Well, I'm not entirely – yeah, you really do because, again, Heritage, I think, would punt if they don't get this 3rd down, but we'll see what happens here. Nate Owens, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. John White in the slot. Alexander Frail in the up back.
Good discipline there not to jump off sides.
Clark, the running back, as they get the call from offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes. Clark lines up sidecar left of Padala. Ball needs to get to the 31 for a 1st down. Handoff to Clark. Clark's got the 1st down and more as he lowers the boom, and he'll be inside the 25 down to the 24.
What an explosion from Clark there. Lowered his shoulder. You could tell he was feeling the energy when he saw that safety just standing there. Wanted to run him straight over.
He wanted to lower the shoulder on Tyrone Robinson, the team's leading tackler for Martin County. And we're going to have a water break here with 6:14 to go in the fourth quarter. The Heritage Panthers driving with a 7-6 lead over the Martin County Tigers in this 5A District 13 district title match.
And now when they're in this range here, they can really play this clock game. They can go down to the last 4 seconds, 5 seconds of that play clock and start running the ball consistently, because they will gain a couple yards, and I think they'll trust their field goal kicker. Obviously, you want to score, but you also want to try to use this clock with the lead you have.
Well, I think if anything you do here, I don't know if I try to test anything deep. If I do, maybe it's here on first down with Nate Owens going down the sideline or Birch on either side. If I want to try and test a deep shot. But at the same time, too, you know, I got to give a ton of credit to Padala. Where he's been successful tonight is those short screens and the intermediate routes as well, those slants, you know, working the middle of the field. We'll see what they do here as we look at first down and 10 from the Martin County 24-yard line. Clock will run as we approach 6 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Padala, play action, looking to go deep, pressure coming. He throws it away. And was there a man in the – nope, they were going to say there was a receiver in the vicinity, and that was tight end Alexander Fralin, so he bails out Jordan Padala on that one as Martin County came with some pressure. I think that was Jeremy King, the safety, coming in off the edge.
So if you get 5 yards here on second down, 3rd and 5, then you get stopped, 4th and 5, what are you doing? Are you kicking a field goal or are you going for it? It's a long field goal with the wind.
I don't think Heritage has the kicker to kick it from this distance along with this wind, again, because you're going to have to push that ball left because the wind's coming to our right.
So I think 4th and 5, I think, is their mark. They say go for it. I think other than that, they might.
Second down and 9 as Clark gets the handoff. He'll be brought down by Caden Glover, brought down to the 23-yard line.
I don't know if you saw that, but Padala just put his hands on his head, because he could have pulled that ball. He had a wide receiver wide open in the flats for a first down and a lot more. That's where that RPO offense comes in so tough for a quarterback. You have so much on their shoulder, so much pressure, especially in situations like this.
3rd down and 8. I kind of like to think with you as well. I think I think this is 2-down territory. It's too close to punt. I don't know you try and kick a field goal here as Padala hands off to Clark. Clark's going to get a bunch of yardage on that one. He's going to be inside the 20 as he crosses into the Dean Stewart Photography red zone at the 18-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down, but it's close. It's going to bring
nonetheless huge play.
Yeah, I think it's going to bring up at least a 4th and a couple. So it looks like the ball at least has to get to the 15 as we line up for 4th down here. Checks to the sideline for the play call. Again, you need about 4 yards here, so I'd say you got to get to the 14 for a first down. Nate Owens, the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Martin County lining this up, some pressure. Play action, going to the flats to John White. John White's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown for the Heritage Panthers.
And they just repeated that play that Padala threw his hands on his head. It was wide open once again. If you're Martin County, that's got to be in the scouting report. You know this is an RPO offense. You've got to be prepared for that flat route. Huge play from the Panthers and Padala.
So some breathing room now for the Heritage Panthers. Essentially, Martin County would have to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion.
If they got to hit this extra point here.
Extra point is up, and it is good. 14-6. The Heritage Panthers currently lead the Martin County Tigers with 4:34 to go here in the fourth quarter and only 4 minutes away from hoisting a district title trophy. Welcome back as the Heritage Panthers take a 14-6 lead over the Martin County Tigers after an 18-yard touchdown pass on 4th down from Padala to John White. Bradley will return this one from his own 8. Going across the field, looking for a lane, and he's going to find one, gets to the sideline, outruns a few guys, makes a man miss, still on the sideline, and he's going to give the Martin County Tigers some good field position, as it looks like he'll be stopped at the Martin County 42.
I think for the first time in a while we see no flags on a return play by Martin County, and what a time to bust it out with a huge return. Set them up with great field position here.
So Martin County has to score a touchdown and get the 2-point conversion if they want to tie this ball game up. Essentially, this is the ball game. This is the drive if you're a Tigers fan.
Yeah, I believe they have all 3 timeouts, plenty of clock to work with, 4:17. You don't need to force anything. Throw in the football. You can keep it on the ground. You're starting with great field position here. Let's see what they can do.
Well, you also have to think in the back of your head, you got to have your best 2-point conversion play as well. As Manny Louis on first down looking to throw the football. And he's looking there and is almost intercepted. Is that Birch once again that was on the coverage? I think so, with almost a one-handed interception.
I mean, you cannot force anything there. You threw it into double coverage.
I think Manny Louise, though, is going to regret that because if you look back, he had Hendricks down the seam in the slot. Had he made that throw to him, I think we'd be talking a little bit of a different story. But either way, great job by Kaiser Birch on that far side, making that play. Brings up 2nd down and 10 with 4:10 to play. Quick throw. That one is caught, and that is going to be caught by, I believe, and 15 yards is going to be tacked onto that by Anthony Hicks, who makes a mistake there.
Oh, brutal. Another flag.
Another flag just flew in as well. Didn't quite catch who made the catch. I think that was going to be Escamilla that made the catch for the Martin County Tigers on the out route.
Oh, just a boneheaded play. You cannot have that.
Well, we saw 2 flags fly, and I don't know if they're for the same thing. As we know, one's going to be on Heritage, but the question is was there any retaliation on the Martin County sideline? And I think that's what they're discussing right now.
And if there is, Heritage is bailed out beyond belief because they'll be offsetting penalties.
And chances are Martin County will get the spot where they went out of bounds. So waiting the final word here from the head official. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Martin County. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Heritage. Penalties are going to offset. And I believe you're going to take the spot, if I'm correct, because it was after the play.
After he went out of bounds, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So Heritage lucky there in a big mistake by Martin County, as, again, you would have had 15 more yards after the unsportsmanlike.
I mean, this is for a trip to the playoffs. This locks up a playoff spot.
Well, Martin County probably, again, they're 6-2. This if they lose tonight, they'll drop to 6-3. I think they still have a shot to make the playoffs given their record. But obviously you don't want to put it into the committee's hands. You want to punch your own ticket by winning a district title, and you have that opportunity.
Let me say this. This will secure a home playoff game for Martin County, which is equally as important. I mean,
very
home
much
playoff game can change the aspect of your whole entire run with getting that momentum.
Oh, very much so. You want to play at home. You don't want to travel. Speaking of traveling, going north for just a moment, the Cocoa Tigers are up over the Astronaut War Eagles 35-3. No big surprise there. The Cocoa Tigers going to be district champs once again, and they're going to have a home playoff game.
They're going to have a chance. They're in the dance. Just can they put it together is the question.
Well, they're going to make the playoffs. The question is can they keep that state semifinal streak alive? That's, I believe, at 18 right now. But back to action here. Third down and 2. Third down and 2. Very important third down here. Manny Louise will hand off this one to Escamilla. Escamilla's going to get the first down yardage, and it'll get across to the Heritage Panther 47.
Just stay, don't force the ball right now. You got to stay on the ground, stay to what you know if you're the Tigers right now. And for the Panthers, I mean, that's what you want them to do. You want them to run the football because they've stopped it pretty efficiently.
3:45 to go. 3:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. Man, Louis looking to throw. That one is almost caught, intended for Khalil Taylor, and that'll bring up second down and 10.
So we've seen Cockrell come into the game and kind of, I think we've seen Cockrell throw a little bit better ball than Luis. So I'm a little surprised we're not seeing him in here in this moment, unless they just want to.
Well, he only came in for one drive, and that was really about it. Otherwise, it's been Luis the rest of the way. And I think if you're Coach Rod Harris, you got to ride this quarterback the rest of the way as we see second down and 10. 3-step drop. Looking to throw, looking to Bradley on the out route, and it's caught. Nice play there. And I'll tell you what, the defense almost undercut that one. That was Cruz, I believe, trying to undercut it, but a great catch nonetheless by Bradley.
Here I am talking about putting in another quarterback because that is a perfectly placed football that time from Luis.
But it does bring up third down and 1, so they got to get – it's going to be the 38-yard line is where they're going to spot him. So they got to get to the 37 for a first down here. Again, this would probably be a spot to hand it off to Hendricks, as Luis will hand it off to Escamilla. Escamilla going the wrong way, and he's brought down for a loss as Steve Estime makes a great play in the backfield, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
Got to get upfield there, but give credit to Heritage, making them try to bounce it outside and also containing it at the same time. He lost about 3 yards there. Huge play.
It's going to make it probably fourth down. It's going to make it fourth down and 4. This is the ball game. 2:34 to go here in the fourth. Manny Luis looking to throw, and it's caught. First down yardage and more, and I believe that is Hendricks that makes the catch.
Just keep staying alive.
I'm pretty sure that was – no, I'm sorry, that was Queen. Queen makes the catch. And that's going to be more than enough for a Martin County Tiger first down. And, again, it's just a simple play there. Simple hitch, tough to defend because, again, they're playing up. You don't want to give it up on the fourth down. But Martin County's able to continue to stay alive. Escamilla in motion. Manny Luis looks to throw. Going deep, looking, and the catch is made as he inbounds.
Get his feet in.
Is he in? It looks like they're going to give it to him.
What a grab. What a grab.
And that catch was made, I think that was Queen once again.
Great ball, great back shoulder ball that time from Luis. And
Queen.
And such a high-pressure moment for Luis. The first time we're really seeing him throw this football and throw it with confidence in this ball game.
Well, again, Martin County down 14-6. They got to get the touchdown and they got to get the 2-point conversion. This
is where they really struggled inside this 15-yard line.
Yeah, I was going to say 2 times they've had to kick field goals. Manny Luis looking to throw. He's going to throw to Bradley, and that one's too far out in front. And that one just off the mark as it stops the clock and brings up second down.
Tough throw there for Luis, making him roll to his opposite hand, making him roll left and throw off his kind of cross body. I know you're playing to the field there, but making it a lot tougher for your quarterback to make a play.
So second down and 10. Ball on the 11-yard line of Heritage. Manny Luis, Paul Hendricks, sidecar right of Luis. Hendricks now rolling out to the flare route. Luis looking to throw for Bradley on the out route, and that one is off his fingertips, and it'll be incomplete, brings up third down.
And how about that? Bringing pressure, bringing 2 from the right side of that offensive line and still being able to guard that flat route. Usually as a quarterback, you see the blitz and you try to get it out quick to the check down. Great job by the safeties coming up and making sure that's covered up.
2 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter, 14-6. Heritage leading Martin County for the district title. Bradley in the slot. Hendricks sidecar right of Luis, and he's going to get the defense to jump, and it's going to move it up 5 yards.
All you
so
can
from
say.
the 11 to the 6, Chase.
Wow, I mean, obviously 4th down territory, so a free 5 yards there. I mean, they were probably looking for 5 yards on 3rd down just to make it a 4th and manageable. Now you give them what they want on 3rd down.
Yeah, I was going to say, you march it inside right now, inside the Dean Stewart Photography red zone, all the way inside to the 6. Manny Louise, 3rd and 5, looking to throw, looking for Bradley, and just off his hands, and it'll fall incomplete. Looks like Brown was in coverage. But, man, they have been featuring Bradley this near sideline, and it brings up 4th down and 5.
It looks like they had him there. I mean, the ball was a little off, but again, making your quarterback roll to the opposite side, making him throw kind of a crossbody throw, it's a tough play for a quarterback to make, and probably should have been a catchable ball there for Bradley. Had a little too much heat on it, but see what they draw up here.
Well, they can still, if they get to about the 1 yard line, they can get a whole new set of downs. So they don't need to score to get a 1st down, but they do need to get to the 1. But this for all the marbles here. Manny Louise, Hendricks in motion. Louise looking to throw, looking for the middle of the field. It's caught for a touchdown to a Marion Queen. And the Martin County Tigers are 2 points away from tying it up.
My goodness. What is that, 3 4th downs on this drive alone? 2 4th downs going to a Marion Queen, and he's coming up huge. How about Luis making a throw when it matters?
So you got to go for the 2-point conversion here if you're Martin County to tie this ball game up. Now the good thing for the Heritage Panthers is they do have a minute 51 to play with to try and at least either get in field goal range or probably put the ball in the end zone. So we'll see if the Heritage defense holds. 2-point conversion play for the district title. Martin County looking to tie. Louise looking to throw. He does, and it is incomplete.
Oh.
Incomplete, and the Heritage defense holds.
I think he caught it. I think he might have been out of bounds. I didn't really see it. Looked like he had a man wide open back there.
Well, I think he did. It just, I don't know where he was. It was so far in that corner. A lot of bodies in front. I don't know if he went so far out and didn't realize where the line was or what, but either way, the Heritage defense holds.
He just dropped it.
He dropped it.
He dropped it. Wow. I mean, Martin County did a great job of giving themselves time if they didn't get that 2-point, leaving 2 minutes left on the clock. I believe they have 2 timeouts remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they do at least have 2. But that was an 11-play drive. And Martin County now, I think, do you go for the onside kick? Do you trust your defense here? Do you bring some pressure?
I think you do go for the onside kick here. I think their defense has played great. I don't think Heritage will throw the football unless it's a 3rd and long situation. And that's where they've really been gashed, in those kind of flat areas. If they can cover that up, they've stopped the run pretty well. I definitely would like to see an onside kick here if I'm the Tigers.
So Max Kennedy will attempt this onside kick. He does look like he's kind of shaping up for that. Here we go. It's going to take a bit of a hop, and Heritage is going to jump right on it. That's Cruz who jumps right on it, and so Heritage will get the football, and they will start with it. 1st and 10 at the Heritage 46.
Yeah, and it, depending on how many timeouts Martin County has, if they do have all 3, if they can get a 3 and out here, they'll have plenty of time to go down the field and try to score.
Well, right now, I think the main thing you have to do here is you have to get a 1st down. Now, again, that depends on how Martin County uses their timeouts. I do believe they have at least 2.
Yes.
But if they have the 2 timeouts, then that means a 1st down essentially. If they get a 1st down here, as we'll see the handoff go to Clark, and Clark is going to look for a hole. He'll get a couple of yards as he's up to the 48. And we will see that timeout taken. That timeout will be taken by Martin County.
And this is a spot where, I mean, they lost Dravion Lee earlier in this second half, and
We haven't seen him come back.
This is a spot where they need a guy like this, Dravion Lee. Power in there, get some chunk yards.
Well, and at the same time, too, John White has done a phenomenal job tonight doing a lot of different things. The sprint out runs as well. He obviously had that 18-yard touchdown reception to give Heritage the lead, or extend their lead, I should say, as we got 1:37 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, this is a district title match between Martin County and Heritage for the 5A District 13 crown. And right now, Heritage with a 2-point lead, about 97 seconds away from hoisting a district championship and playing meaningful football in the month of November.
Yeah, and with such a tough schedule and so many close. I mean, they've had a lot of close games, and they it's really building their character, I think. And if they're able to come out with a win here, they will go into the playoffs. I know with probably a losing record, but with a lot of confidence in this team to win close games.
Martin County Tigers, again, they stopped for 2 yards, as we'll see yet another handoff to John White. John White will get to midfield, and they'll call yet another timeout.
So it looks like it'll probably bring up a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
And that only took about 8 seconds off the clock.
I don't think that they'd throw here. Maybe go with the RPO and let Padala decide, but that's such a tough decision for Padala. That's so much pressure on his shoulders. Because if he does throw an incomplete pass, Martin County has all day to drive down the field. I mean, minute 30, but plenty of time to drive down the field and score, or at least get in a field goal range.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're going to throw the football, I think if you're offensive coordinator Stephen Hughes, you're telling Padala, okay, if he's open, then throw it. But unless you're 100% sure that he's open, don't throw it. Try and run, pick up some extra yardage. But they need this clock to run, because if you stop the clock, that's a free timeout to Martin County. And again, you want to pin them deep. You want to force Martin County to try and start their drive from their own 10 or 5-yard line, and Steve Moore has done a phenomenal job tonight. 3rd down and 8. Handoff is going to go to White, and he'll jump across midfield to about the 48.
Looks like they had 3 timeouts.
All right, I wasn't sure if they had used – couldn't remember if they had used one earlier or not, but they did have all 3 timeouts. So this is going to put the ball game on the hands and on the shoulders of Heritage's defense, which – you think about this season, it's been the Heritage defense that has really allowed them to stay in a lot of ball games and fight and have the season that they've had. So,
yeah, and I know you see frustrated players coming off the field, and there's not much when you can do when the defense knows what you're trying to do. You're trying to run this clock out, so obviously they're going to load this box, and they're going to stop the run. You haven't ran the ball too well up to this point, and there's no need to get frustrated. You got to stay level-headed in this moment, especially on the defensive side of things. Can't be frustrated at your offense for not picking up a first down. You got to go out there and win this game, and you've been playing outstanding up to this point.
Yeah, you just can't risk throwing the football. You want to eat up clock. Again, you got a minute and 23 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Your defense has done a phenomenal job tonight. If you pin Martin County deep, Martin County struggled moving the football 75, 80 yards. It's a fake punt. Marcus Hancock's got it, and he's going to have more than enough for the first down. And I'll tell you what a set on Coach Michael Benson to run that play.
I think they marked him short.
Did they mark him short?
Yeah, they marked him short.
Wow, and I feel like an idiot now because I thought he had it.
Oh, man, such a risky play.
I thought he had it. I thought they were going to give him the 44-yard line to get the first down. I thought Marcus Hancock had it. Oh, boy.
Now all they need is a field goal, and this kicker is, I mean, we've seen him punt the football. This kid has made a 47-yarder this season. I mean, this kid is no joke with his leg.
So Martin County with life after the fake punt. Ball on the 45. Throw is incomplete. Great coverage by Brown with 1:11 to go.
And he had him, Arion Queen. You see him throw his hands up in frustration. He had him. If he hit him in that pocket of the zone there, he had him right about that 45-yard line. Just missed him.
Again, a gutsy call by Coach Michael Benson to go for it there to try and take this game out of Martin County's hands. Fortunately, just inches short. Manny Louise throws that one off the fingertips, and that'll bring up third down with 1:06 to go.
You got 2 more downs to do this if you're the Tigers here. You don't want to throw it past the sticks and just throw an incompletion. You want to try to get some yards here on third down, make it a 4th and manageable if you can.
Again, Coach Michael Benson, if you got this kind of defense, I can understand the play call. But again, we'll see if it pays off. 1:06 to go here. Manny Louise, pressure coming, throws in the middle of the field, and it's Taylor. Taylor wide open in the middle of the field across the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. What a play.
And I know you're really focused on the sidelines if you're the Heritage defense, but you got to have a guy there in the middle to watch that. I mean, he was wide open.
First down and 10, ball on the ground. Manny Louise is going to be sacked by Amir Parker. And he's going to take him all the way back to midfield, and Martin County has no timeouts. Clock's running, 45 seconds. Louise is going to look to throw it. He does, and that one is going to be incomplete, intended for Queen, and that's going to bring up third down.
And it wasn't a bad snap. I mean, it was just a little bit low, and Luis looked up before he really controlled the football and lost it and gave a chance for that pass rush to get in there. What a play. I believe you said it was number 55, right?
Amir Parker.
Amir Parker. Huge, huge sack.
Amir Parker's been one of their best pass rushers this season. Again, third down and about 23 to go here for Martin County. Again, I don't know if you try and get it all back, but you got to get some of it. Annalise, 3-step drop, looking to throw. Steps up into the pocket. Throws across his body, looking for Queen. And that one falls incomplete. And it's 4th down and long for the Martin County Tigers.
And Luis looked like he had space with his legs. I know the clock is an issue with 27 seconds. If he went down and bounced, the clock would have been running. But looks like he had a lot of space with his legs to go upfield and, like you said,
he's got to
make
head
this
to
a
the
4th and
sideline if he
manageable.
does that.
Yeah.
Because essentially now I think this is tough. I mean,
It's almost
Heritage is going to put everybody back by those sticks.
– you kind of want a Hail Mary here almost, basically, with a 4th and 20.
Well, maybe somebody down in the end zone, but you got to get at least 2 or 3 guys. 5 wide receiver set, 4th down and 23. Manny Louise facing pressure, eludes it. Now looking to throw. Throws it deep. Looking for Queen. He makes the catch, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Goodness!
A penalty flag flies.
Oh, my goodness. Manny Louise throwing it all out on the line for the district chip. And there's going to be another flag. They're both going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. There's still 14 seconds, so that. Oh my goodness!
Heartbreak late potentially here. We got to wait for the flags, but again, Queen. It's a touchdown. Penalty flags are going to be after the play. Play results in a touchdown, and Martin County here in the last minute is going to find a way to win. They do have 14 seconds, so we've seen crazier things, but. Man, what a tough break.
I mean, that was pretty crazy. You can't get much crazier than that. I mean, heck of a play. Manny Louise stepping up in the pocket and great communication with his receiver, Amarion Queen. And guess what? Another 4th down conversion for Amarion Queen and Manny Louise hooking up and making a huge play.
4th down play. 4th down. That's 2 drives. 4th down is the key play as Queen has got both touchdowns, and it was a 50-yarder from Manny Louise to Marion Queen.
And just broken coverage. I mean, it was Manny Louise, you see him kind of pointing down the sideline, and Queen just kind of took off running. Nobody back behind Queen, and wow.
Max Kennedy to attempt the extra point and make it a 5-point game.
So I think they'll assess it on the kickoff. I think that's what they're asking Coach Benson, if they want to assess it on the extra point or the kickoff. I would imagine they'd want it off the kickoff just so they give them a better chance. I think that's what they're going to do.
Man, this defense has played so well all night tonight. They've only given up, before these last 2 touchdowns, they only gave up 2 field goals. As we're going to see Heritage jump off sides. Again, Amir Parker with the sack makes it 4th and 23 roughly. I think I got it like a 53-yard touchdown pass. But either way, what a play by Queen and Manny Louise.
What a turn of events. I mean, oh, man. Wow, I mean, I'm kind of speechless.
Snap's good, hold is good, kick is on the way. It is good, and it is 19-14 Martin County now leading the Heritage Panthers. The Heritage Panthers have led this game for most of this game through the second and third and fourth quarter up until this last minute here. You got to go all the way back to when Martin County led after that first drive 3-0, but for 75% of this game, Heritage has led this way.
Oh, wow, I mean, and Martin County hasn't scored a touchdown up until 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And you have to wonder going for it and doing the fake punt. I mean, again, it was 4th and 23. I don't know if that call necessarily really ends anything, but it was 4th and 23. And unfortunately for the Heritage Panthers, Manny Louise finds a Marion Queen for a 50-yard touchdown pass, and the extra point is good. And now Martin County leads 19-14.
And yeah, of course, in hindsight of things, you could say, oh, we should have punted it, played the field position game. You had a great punt earlier in the game, but.
So we do have a final real quick. Atlantic 48, O'Galley 18.
Oof.
So O'Galley with a rough night tonight down south. So
okay, wow, look how far this is going back.
So if you're Heritage, you still got some life. Now, depending on the return, because, again, you got 14 seconds. You cannot waste it all. But, if you can get a decent return, you get to the 45 and 30-yard line, that's more manageable to get the ball in the end zone. And they got speed.
And they're kicking from the 15 here. I mean, they have timeouts as well if they want to take an underneath route, get some more yards. A lot of things on the table here for Heritage. Starts off with a good return. But we've seen Kennedy, I mean, heck of a leg. If he can boot it past these returners, that'll be a huge.
Kennedy will kick this one away and deep over the heads of Nate Owens. And the clock runs. Nate Owens has got to make something happen. The senior playmaker shakes one man. Now he's running backwards, and he's got to go down, and he's going to be down at the 35.
I know Amarion Queen and Manny Louise have showed up in clutch time, but Max Kennedy might be the MVP of this ball game for me. I mean, he booted it past the return team.
Yeah, he did. He booted it right past him, and that's precious time. And instead of, that, again, Max Kennedy, what a boot. Because, again, they're kicking from their 15. That was almost just a normal return.
He landed it at the 20, I mean, pretty much the 25, 30-yard line. I mean, it was a heck of a kick.
2 seconds. 5 seconds are back on the clock. You got 5 seconds right now.
Maybe.
19-14, Martin County leading Heritage. If you just missed it and you're just joining us, a 50-yard pass on 4th and 23. Manny Louise to Marion Queen. Queen runs it into the end zone for a touchdown. Martin County now has the lead.
I think this is a spot for laterals here. I think so.
Jordan Padala, here's the ball game. Pressure coming, and Padala's going to be strip sacked. And it's going to be recovered by Martin County, and that's your ball game, 19-14. The Martin County Tigers are Class 5A District 13 champions. They have punched their ticket to the playoffs.
And who made that play, Knock?
And
Caden Glover.
Caden Glover once
has
again.
Been all over the field. My goodness.
Heartbreak for the Heritage Panthers here tonight, as again they were firmly in control of this one in the fourth quarter through much of the ball game, and unfortunately just a 50-yard touchdown pass to break the hearts of Panthers fans.
I can't believe what I really just saw. I mean, I'm still processing that fourth and what was it, 23 yards, fourth and 20?
That's what I had it. Unofficially, 4th and 23 is what I had it at.
And then he just steps up in the pocket, delivers a strike, and then he runs all the way in for a it's just so much to process, and I'm sure I can't imagine being a player on this Heritage squad, knowing that you're dropping to 3-6, and I don't know the statistics in the playoffs and everything, but I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to being eliminated from these playoffs.
I was about to say, I mean, they are going to have their strength of schedule here, as we do have a little bit of a scrum. Looks like everybody's trying to separate everybody.
Get away.
I mean, Martin County's won. Just leave it be.
Don't need it. It's not even worth it.
And so right now, just trying to – a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions right now is trying to – this is a tough ball game. This is a hard one to lose if you're Heritage.
It's such a heartbreaking loss, and it's so emotional because of the playoff implications it had. It had a district championship on the line, and how to lose like that, I mean, oh, man.
Tough way to lose here as the Heritage Panthers again. Again, I can't say that they're completely eliminated. Don't know that I like their chances because now they fall. I mean, Martin County moves to 7-2, and Heritage is going to move to 3-6 on the season. They've got MCC next week here at Heritage High School. So we'll see what happens as obviously a heartbreaking night here tonight. And obviously I know Alan's going to have the post-game show tonight. I'm sure he's going to have full ideas on this one. But, man, what a tough ball game for the Heritage Panthers. For Chase, before we send it out of here tonight, just your thoughts to finish this one up.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you could say how that game ended other than kind of being a little bit speechless with Luis and Queen. And I want to shout out Max Kennedy because he flipped this game on his head with that kick there. If they were able to return that ball, that sets up so much momentum past the 50-yard line for the Panthers. But it was a heck of an effort from Heritage. They controlled the ball just like they wanted to going into this ball game, controlled the lead. And Martin County just comes up with some prayers, and they end up taking it away from them, stealing the victory.
Very much so. Heritage Panthers will have to wait on the committee. Martin County has punched their playoff ticket. For Chase Alexander, I'm Anthony Knockreiner. Thanks for joining us here in the Brevard Sports Network. What a phenomenal game. Martin County 19, Heritage 14 for the Class 5A District 13 title. The Martin County Tigers are district champs. Congratulations to them. I want to say thank you again for tuning in. Check out the